Hi there, welcome to My Gaming Logs. I created this channel to share with you all some of my hobbies, in particular my retro gaming collection and all the small projects I do around it. The videos on this channel will always have two audio sources, one in English and one in Portuguese, so just change to the one you are more comfortable with. Now, what better way to start the channel than sharing a small project I started to maintain my own retro gaming collection? Over the last 15 years, I have been collecting old, classic, and unusual video games. And currently, I'm using the Collector's Z game application to log them all, and mostly to avoid buying repeated items. It works fine, and I really enjoy and recommend this application. I have, however, one specific problem that the CLZ app does not solve: my own local organization of the consoles, including information I need when I want to use them. For example, I would like to know which power source should I use so I do not explode my Japanese console by plugging it on the 220-volt power socket. Or which video cables do I have for this specific console without spending the next 30 minutes looking for it. Or even to know which games I do have for this console without the need to open the CLZ application. To solve this problem, I created a simple label system where I have this information printed and glued to the shelf where the console is displayed. Of course, this was a completely lazy way to solve the problem. If there is an update on the console information, a new label has to be reprinted and placed on the shelf. I always wanted to come back to this problem and solve it properly. That is exactly what I did in the past weeks. I am quite happy to present to you the initial version of the My Game Logs application. I am linking in the video description the GitHub page for this project. So if you want to use it or you want to contribute to it, be my guest. My game log works as a complementary solution for collection catalog applications, such as the CLZ games. In the current version, my game log generates console-specific QR codes that, when scanned, allows me to have a quick access to all the information I need when I want to use that console, such as the power adapter and video cables I need to use, if the console has any modification on it, and the location of the cables and accessories. Also, it lists all the games I have for this console, helping me to decide which games I'm going to play. My game logs runs in a local web application, meaning I only have access to it from my home network. That is important as it allows me to protect some of the information about my consoles from persons outside my home network, and allows me to use this software even if I do not have internet access in the moment. I'm already using the CLZ game application for a while, and my entire collection is on their system, so I do not want to re-enter every game and console I own on my game logs. Luckily, the CLZ game application exports the collection quite easily in an Excel format. So, I built a module that imports the CLZ games collection directly to my game logs. I can quickly edit the local information of each console by sorting them per platform and directly change the information I need. My game logs generate one platform page for each of the gaming platforms I have added. For example, it will generate one platform page for the Super Nintendo and one for the Nintendo GameCube, and so on. On these pages, I can quickly see the hardware I have for each of these platforms and have a quick glance on the list of games. For accessing each of the platform's pages, my game logs generate QR codes on a printable format, which makes them super easy to be displayed close to my consoles in their shelves. Every time I need to have a quick look at the console's page, I can quickly scan the QR code close to it, and my internet browser will open the platform page and all its information. My game logs is a local web application, meaning it needs to be installed and run on a web server inside my home network. As I do not need a full-blown web server, I was able to install and run the application using a Raspberry Pi 02W. This mini computer is able to run a version of the Ubuntu Linux distribution and allows me to run a small web server without much trouble. I will not go in details in this video about how to install and configure the Raspberry Pi to run a web server, but you can find all this information on the GitHub page of the project on the description of this video. Here, I want to focus on another aspect of this mini web server, the case. I recently got into 3D printing as a hobby, and I decided to design a very simple housing for my local Raspberry server, which I call the Retro server. The server case allows the Raspberry Pi to sit inside of it quite nicely, and it has enough space for passive cooling and the power cable access. I did this using the Fusion 360 software, and I had quite some fun in this process. The printing was quite quick. I'm using a Creality K1 printer, and it took around 35 minutes to print the case and the lid. And it used around 30 grams of PLA plastic. The result was really nice. After I had my server completely configured and the case fully printed, I placed them within my retro gaming shelf, imported my COZ collection, and added all the information about the consoles. After printing the generated QR codes, I can have very quick access to all my collection just by scanning them. I am extremely happy with the result and had a lot of fun doing this whole project. Well, this first video was basically to introduce you all to this project and to start logging the process I will make on it. Again, if you're interested on using it or contributing to it, contact me. I will keep you all posted about the updates on these projects and well, see you next time.